welcome back to my channel. I thought I would do something different today, and I'm going to do a book review. And the book in question is The Children Act by Ian McEwan. For those who have been with my channel for a while, you might have heard me mention this book. I thought I would just give my thoughts on it and just give my reasons why I think it's probably a good book to read. Just first of all, what is the book about? Well, just to give a bit of a summary, so this focuses on Fiona May, and she's a High Court judge, and she has a case before her. It's a 17-year-old boy who needs to have treatment. The problem is him and his family are Jehovah's Witnesses, and obviously have strong ties to the Jehovah's Witness community. And it's up to her to decide by law what course of action she is going to rule. I chose this book because it concerns the law. Actually, that was probably my main reason. And when I read the blurb from picking the book off the shelf, I thought, well, actually, yeah, it'd be interesting to actually look at it because it relates, to what I'll be studying, or I'm studying at uni. And I must say, the way the book tackles the law is actually really good. They don't overdo it. They do it in a way that blends quite well into the story, and really, obviously, you get to see Fiona May's that side of her life, a life that's dominated, that dominates her own life. I think what makes the book fantastic, in my view, is that it doesn't just deal with the law. It deals with another side of Fiona May's life, and that's her personal life. And you get to see some difficulties that she has in her relationship with her husband, in particular. Not give anything away, but you get to see how the law has affected her relationship and her personal life. So it's quite interesting to get that different, almost two parallel aspects of her life, her personal life and her professional life, and seeing how actually they're conflicting with one another. The other thing is, what I find very interesting about this book is quite how emotional it does actually get. So it explores the relationship between Fiona May and this case, in particular, obviously, the 17-year-old boy. And it doesn't just deal with, the case and her decision, but it also deals with the ramifications and how and actually I think it informs us in real life that every decision has its consequences. So the decision that Fiona May makes in the case actually has a lot of ramifications for her going on, and after the case has long been decided, and obviously has ramifications for the 17-year-old boy and his family as well. So I think it gets very much, I'm not going to give anything away, but it gets very emotional at the end, actually, in my view. The chemistry that is built between the different characters, I think is quite good. And just the way that they take, they explore not just the law, like I said, but also a personal side to Fiona May's character. I think it's done quite well. It gives her more of a roundness, and it gives her more of a bit of complexity, and just realising that, for all that the law requires, to be objective, certainly a judge needs to obviously be objective quite often in a case. It highlights that, at the end of the day, judges are humans, and judges have their own personal lives when they are not deciding cases. But it also shows how dominating professional life can often sometimes be for certain individuals, and how that affects their personal life. So I think this book is not just interesting because of what happens actually in the novel, but also how it actually, you could take lessons from it. And I think I enjoy books like that. I enjoy books that have like some kind of moral lesson or some kind of idea that you could take away and apply to your own life, or to recognise in the lives of other people. The other good thing is that this book actually was made into a film. So not long after I had finished reading this book, I found out that it had been made into a film, starring Emma Thompson as Fiona May. And the film, again, it pretty much follows the book beat for beat, and it just does it really well. The blending of emotion and the law, and just the different relationships between the characters, is just the combination that just makes it really good book to read. I'll put a link to it like where you can order it in the description below if you were interested. I would recommend reading this book because I enjoyed it both as a law student, but also just generally like in the emotions and the character development that is made, and the storyline is really good as well. And this was actually the reason why I've done this video was partially because of a comment that was left in a previous video. Someone suggested maybe I could do something like this, and so thank you if you're watching. Thank you for that suggestion. I'm probably not going to do this like every month necessarily. I think what I'm going to do is every time I finish a book, I'll do a review. So it might not necessarily be every month, but it'll be whenever I finish a book. And I think that'll be good, not just obviously to tell you about the book, but also because one of the things I wanted to do is do more reading, and because you learn from it. And like I said, you learn not just reading also from the book, but you learn like lessons from it. So I want to do a bit more reading certainly going forward. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to give it a like. Don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Is there a book that you've read that you think maybe I should have a look at? Any recommendations from you would be appreciated. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. The links to them are in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can do that by clicking here. And you can check out my previous video by clicking here. And I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.